Mr. Nash, as I told you, I want to take a couple of minutes with you, and I know you're busy, and I am too, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to jump right in here and show you what we're doing. If you will, I want you to use your imagination with me a little bit, and I want you to think of this as a refrigerator door. I know it doesn't look much like one, but just use your imagination with me. What we're going to do is we're going to take your business name, we're going to put it on all the refrigerator doors here in Cookeville. And the way we do that is we have a magnet to keep you there. It says Business Guide here for Cookeville, Tennessee. And what we do is we list the categories alphabetically A to Z. Under each category heading, we highlight the business category in bold red, the business name in bold black with your name, your address, and your telephone number. The theory is if you wanted apothecary, you'd go to the A's. If you wanted bank, you'd go to the B's. If you wanted a restaurant, you go to the R's. You want tires, you go to the T's. Flooring to the F, so on and so forth. The reason this thing works so well is every time they pull that refrigerator door open, they see these categories on here. They've seen your name 1,000 times. So you made it easier for them to go here and call you first. Also down at the bottom, we're going to put a calendar on here. The first day on the calendar will be December the 1st, and it will run through November of 2012. That way they get a full year's use out of the calendar. On the back side, we've got a lot of useful information for them. We've got the city, county, and general interest numbers and emergency numbers. These are numbers that are terribly hard to find in the phone book, like the city hall, post office, the tax assessor, social security office, that's hard to find in the phone book, fire department, police department, non-emergency numbers. These are all numbers difficult to look up in the book. Also, we've listed all the schools in the county, elementary, junior high, and high schools. We also have a kitchen equivalent measurements chart here for people that like to cook. But again, to go back to the front here, you'd be the only one, if you notice in here, each category is exclusive. There's only one business listed to each category heading. Under air conditioning and heating, you're going to be the only one listed. Now, the way this works is we mail these out in a real attractive envelope that looks just like this. It says a gift for you. Now, in this envelope is something very important to you. Is we do a survey. Most businesses that sell you advertising will never try to prove to you that it works. And we do. It costs us a lot of money to prove this to you, but here's how we do it. We send these cards out, and on these cards we ask them, will you use the business guide with a magnet, yes or no, and why? And list businesses that you've called off of it. And if you'll notice here, these are all postmarked. These are not something we sat in the office and filled out. These are the cards that the people here in this town sent back to us. When I come back next year here to renew you, I'll have a stack of cards like this. If you see your name here enough where they said they've called you off of it, of course you're going to buy it with me again. And again, I want to cover a few of these and show you what the people say about it. These people said they will use it because I might need to call one of the businesses, all like the schools listed, and the calendar. Can't keep up with the phone directory, and these are the numbers that are helpful. It's right on the refrigerator, makes it easy to find. I like having important, frequently called numbers at handy because the way I don't have to look them up in the phone book. It saves plenty of time. Do not have to look up these numbers because it's easier than trying to find it in the phone book. To locate the business, it's easier. Convenience. If I read every one of these to you, they say the same thing. It's faster, quicker, and more convenient to get you off the refrigerator door than it is to go back and look in the yellow pages. Basically, that's the program. The way it works from price is right here. You've got three ways that you can pay it. You can pay it all at one time, and it runs you $360 a year. It saves you $72 by paying it one time. You can put it in two payments. You can pay half today and half 45 days net for another $198, and that way you don't have to pay it all today. The third way, you can put it on monthly payments. You pay two payments today with the order, and then you have 10 months of payments left. Basically, that's the program. We'd like to have you as our heating and air conditioning company on here.
I don't think I can afford it right now. Money's been tight.
Well, I'm going to show you where you can't afford not to, and here's why. Right now, the person that's on there has got an advantage over all the competition in the telephone book. You've got 11 other air conditioning and heating companies in here. You'd be the only one on here, and said you won't have all that competition here. If you didn't buy it and we put your competitor on there and you went home and your wife had put the magnet on there with another air conditioning heating company on it, you'd be mightily disappointed. I don't see how you can afford not to, because we proved to you that it works with these cards. If these people here are telling you that they're using it, and I come back next year and show you your name on here several times where they've done business with you, you know you're going to buy it with me again. This alone should prove to you that it works.
I have to talk to my wife about these types of decisions.
Is that right?
Let me.
Is she
talk to
here?
her. She's not here right now.
When will she be here?
Well, she won't be back in until tomorrow morning.
Will she be here in the morning?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you this. As far as heating and air conditioning goes, I have no clue. If I had to do your business, I wouldn't know where to start. But I think I am pretty good at knowing my business. What I'd like for you to do is give me the opportunity to sit down and show it to her. And if she likes it and you like it, then we can make a deal, correct?
Right.
Is it all right if I see her in the morning at 9 o'clock then?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
All right, I'll be back in the morning at 9 o'clock.
All right. I already have a Yellow Page ad.
I wished I had your phone book with me because I noticed in your ad in the phone book, I looked at it before it came in here. There's 10 air conditioning heating companies in front of you in the phone book. You're paying the same money as the guy that's listed first. You're paying almost as much per month as I'm asking you for a whole year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you from being last listed in the Yellow Pages to being first on the magnet with the only one. You don't have 10 other heating and air conditioning companies on here. You can cut back on that ad in the Yellow Pages a little bit and go out on this and save yourself, actually put money in your pocket next year.
Give me a day or two to think about it. I don't really make rash decisions.
Well,
And,
let me ask you this. What is it you want to think about, really?
just to make sure that this is what I want to do.
Well, is there something that I haven't explained to you that makes you not know what to do today?
No, not particular. I just don't want to make a rash decision. I have to think a day or two.
Well, here's the thing about it. I can come back in a day or two, but my company assigns me a category to sell. Like I was given air conditioning and heating. That's my category. I got to sell it today or tomorrow at the latest. Now, if you're serious and you're not just putting me off, if you don't want to buy it, it's okay with me because I'll put another air conditioning heating company on there if you don't want it. But if you're seriously considering this, you ought to go ahead and make a decision today because I don't have any control of it. I'll have to sell an air conditioning heating company on there. And you don't want to go home and see another air conditioning heating company on your refrigerator door. Just think you're going to be on the refrigerator doors here in Cookeville. And again, every time they open that door, they see your name. They can't help but call you first when they need service. They might not need you today. They might not need you tomorrow. But next month, their heat pump might go out. If you just put in one heat pump or one air conditioning unit a year, it more than pays for the cost of this. Let alone you've seen here the same customers have been listed several times that they've gotten calls. This is just a small sampling. I'll bring you back the whole stack, and if you'll sit down and look at them, you'll buy this again. Why don't you go ahead and try it for a year?
How much is it?
Well, I covered the cost with you. I'll go with you again, though. If you paid it all today, it's $360. It saves you $72. If you want to split it up in two payments, it's $198 each time, and the second payment would be 45 days after delivery. The third payment plan is you can pay up monthly. You pay two payments with the order, which is $72, and then you have 10 months left on it, and we don't bill you until 90 days after delivery, so the third payment kicks in. Do you have a business card?
Yeah.
While I'm filling this out, if you would, take my card, and if you would, make me out a check to ClearPoint Concepts for $360, just like it is here.
Okay.
That's our basic presentation. If you do this presentation every day, anywhere from 6 to 10 times a day, you're going to make more than a good living. Our average salesman sells 3 ads a day. If you added that up for a week, that's 15 orders a week. 10 orders a week makes you over $1,200. So if you will, give this same presentation, study it hard, get it just as close to what I've done as you can, and you'll be successful with it.